Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first depression suicide awareness. I guess I can call it a conference or maybe a meetup or something like that. But to just give you a rundown, the reason why I made this, because I say it on my show and I say it everywhere else. I'm not too shy to say it, but I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and sleep disorder since I was young, but I'm Latin. We don't know we had depression when we were young. It was stay still. Well, I could say it in Spanish and I'll say it in English. Date quieto and go over there, meaning stay still and go over there. Stop that crying. You know, why you sad? Go outside. Boy, and then if you are sad and you go into your room, what your parents say, don't worry about it. He'll shake it up. He'll shake it up. We didn't know nothing about it in the 70s. For y'all don't know, I'm 26 twice. 2 times 26 years old. So I'm probably younger than Jay Sam now. So do your math. No, but in the 70s and 80s, they didn't know what was depression, what was anxiety, even ADHD and all that. They didn't know that. They just thought it was a pain in the ass kid running around back and forth, which some of the kids are. But they have to get diagnosed that they not. But males are the number one suicide here, and what I could say, the low income, the ghettos and they are pretty much up there because of the families do not express themselves or they're not aware. So before we're going to have a couple of speakers for you and a performance by Jay Sam as well today, 4-time award winner, and he's here with Fabian as well, which is a 2-time award winner. He's here as well. But I want to, before I start everything, I want to break it down. A lot of people would say, I am depressed, and I will ask them because I like to speak about it. Oh yeah, because my dog died. No. Sorry to say, that is sadness. Sadness and depression are two different things. So I want to make sure you guys understand that. And I hope you bring watching this audio, listening to the audio right now, because we are live on the LDM radio station, or watching the video right now, we can break it down to you as the time goes. But sadness goes away. Depression never does. Depression stays with you. So that's the difference between people that think they're sad and then depression. But you're not depressed, Charles. I seen you laughing and joking. Yeah, but you didn't see me when I got home. You didn't see me the next day when nobody was in my house. You didn't see me when I was in the studio by myself. There's many times people watch my show and they even never would have known I had depression at that one moment. You would never know because I can hide it. And that's what we want to talk about, some of the clues, because we have a young lady. She's younger than me because remember I'm only 26 twice. She's going to speak about what happened to her, a tragic thing that happened to her. And for her to come here and open up like this, that's a lot. I don't want to spoil it and see what it is. I'll wait for her to tell it, her story and stuff like that. But just remember that when someone has sadness, now, I don't want you to take away from the person that just said my dog died and think it's just sadness. We still have to picture it as depression because it could develop into depression because they had it but never expressed it or never realized it. So it could form into that. So don't take it lightly, but don't take it as heavy as a person that do have it. Because all of a sudden they get a new dog next week and they're happy again. You know what I mean? That's not depression. That's sadness. So it's hard to determine between it, but hopefully within this show, you will learn how to. I'm going to tell you about some clues, how I've been fighting it. Again, I don't have a certificate as a psychiatrist. I didn't go to doctors because I don't want to do 8 years of school and then pay another 10 years or 20, right? But I want to show you my experience of how I started going out there for years talking to people with depression. And that's how I learned so many different type of depression, so many different ways people fought it. I taught people how to fight it, and God behold, they are still doing very well. So I think my method is working. I'm not saying I'm doing everybody. So if you do watch the video and you learn or do some of the things that I've been doing and it works, let me know. Other people want to know. But we want to find out how other people got out of it. So if you're watching on Facebook or something, write down in the comments how you, I can't say snap out of it, but how did you work through it? Because there are triggers, and that's what we want to talk about too. So let me get down to what depression is. Depression is a mind disorder. It's something imbalanced in your emotions and your, I think they call it the clavicle in the back. Clavicle imbalance, thank you. I was trying to remember the word. Where it messes with the emotions and it thinks that, oh, because you dropped the ice cream, that's sad. Oh, no, I'm crying because my ice cream. You know, you'd be like, why are you crying, bro? It's just an ice cream. Go buy another one. We know we can buy another one, but for some reason, our brain is telling us, no, that was the last ice cream, and we'll see it again. You know, so that's how I'm exaggerating in the emotions, but that's how our world is. We think we are not able to do it no more because that ice cream fell. But when you're not in that depression mood and you drop that ice cream, you're going to be like, I'll get another one. And you'll look at the person and be like, ain't that the guy that yesterday was crying? That's what depression is. One day you're okay, next day you're not. Speaking of, and then a lot of psychiatrists didn't realize that. And it's harder for men when, 2004, when they realized that men have depression, where men could say, I have depression. But then what happened? Media, social work, social studies, scientists, all these people who started coming out with, men cannot show emotions. You are weak if you show emotions. Yeah, you're sassy. That's the new one. You're sassy. So each time that we try as a male to go up on a level to explain why we depress, they find a new word for it. Yeah, machismo was the first one back in the days. Especially my dad and all them, they came from the army. A lot of them had PST, sadness, depression, disorder, sleep disorder. But what they said? It's because you've seen things. You'll get over it. Name me one vet that got over it so far. I'll wait. So when you have someone with depression, you have to understand where they're coming from or where they came from. You know, it's like coming and where they came from are two different things, and I'm going to explain why. Where they're coming from is in a place of darkness, where they don't know, where they don't understand. Where they came from is where they live, their environment, that all plays a part, if that makes any sense. Well, we're going to have a first speaker here. She's also an advocate of hearing loss. Hands together, let's bring her up.
I want to thank Charles for inviting me here. And I want to start a little bit with my story. I have always been depressed all my life. I can trace it back to when I was 4 years old. And it's a lifetime illness. You just struggle more, sometimes than others. I think for me, my depression could have been, it had to do with my family, the structure. Back then, my parents, they were not really, I guess, emotional connected with the children. So I think that my depression may have stemmed from lack of affection, lack of hearing that I was loved. I also want to touch on a little bit what Charles said. People that are depressed, they always have a mask. And it's something that we hide on a daily basis. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to get up. It's a struggle to bathe when you're in that really heavy phase of depression. Brushing your teeth, getting dressed, absolutely everything. You avoid everything. Communication with others. So it's really hard on a daily basis when someone is going through the depression phase. And to me, the worst thing that I was told was like, oh, get together. You know, get up, take a bath, brush your teeth, brush your hair. Like, it's something that you just can't snap out of it. As Charles said, it's a chemical imbalance of your brain. And it's a lifetime illness. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on me. And now I want to talk about my daughter. She suffered from depression. And I don't know if I am still blind by signs. I just don't see it. I know she was going through a rough time. I believe the first time that I noticed something that was not normal for a child that was 15 years old, she stopped going to school. And she was just hanging out. When I was told that she was just missing all these classes, I went to school and we talked about it, and then we went home, me and my daughter, we talked about it, and she was going through an identity crisis. So my daughter was gay. After that, it seemed everything was fine. Years later, she got into a relationship where she married. She was with the person for 8 years. He was stable. And I guess they drifted apart. She was alone by herself, and then she had another relationship, and that didn't work out. The third one was, I believe, the worst for her. It was a short period of time. This person also had another girlfriend. So my daughter was going back and forth with, I'm the girlfriend, I'm not the girlfriend anymore. So I think that affected her emotionally. And to bring you up to date to the days before her suicide. I had been out of town, and we was calling and texting each other. Everything was normal. I'm no longer with her father, but she had a relationship with her father. She spoke to her father and they text, and everything seemed fine. And on August 30th of last year, she committed suicide. Did I see any signs? I don't think so. I thought that we had an open relationship. We were able to talk about her relationship. She was very responsible. She worked, she contributed to the household. She was a pet owner. She had her dog. The only thing that I can say is that maybe she didn't get out as much. But then again, I have 2 other children, and we're basically homebodies. You know, we stay home. We're not really party goers, club goers. But I used to tell her, you know, maybe you need to go clubbing. You know, maybe you find somebody else. You know, after she committed suicide, the first person that called me was her girlfriend. And I wasn't upset with her. I wasn't. I just thought that she just played a part in why my daughter committed suicide. So my words were to her was, this is a life lesson, not to play with people's emotions, because you just never know. Later on, I found out that my daughter had told her several times that she was going to commit suicide. This young lady had been to my house. She sat in my living room. She ate my food, and she did not tell me. Who says I could have had my daughter maybe one more year, one more month, maybe one more day? Who's to say? The reason I'm sharing that with you is because we can relate to our friends that are going through things, but you don't have the credentials. You don't have the credentials to talk through to someone or even try to talk them out of committing suicide. So in all of this, my message to anyone that is dealing with depression is there's several ways to tackle this. Either you get professional help or you get self-knowledge, and that's what helped me. I went to therapy, I did the medications, but the best thing I did was I read about depression. Then I saw my triggers, my warning signs, and I just got out the sun, absorbed some of the sun, get out with my friends, be active in anything what I was doing, whether it was photography or doing art, and just trying to keep myself where those thoughts weren't coming into my brain and invading. So, as I say, if you ever deal with someone that's telling you that they are going to commit suicide, that is not a secret to keep. Tell their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their sister, brother, mother, father. And if you can't do that, there's a hotline. Suggest you being a buddy and taking that person to the hospital to get evaluated, maybe get medication, maybe just therapy, who knows. But that's my story and my daughter's story. And I thank you guys, and hopefully we can save one person out there.
Hey everybody, I'm Lil D.
I am Javier Luis.
I'm Alex Polanco.
I'm Apollonia Cruz.
And I'm Kelly Caboose.
I am Shirley Phillips.
I am Emmanuel Anzule. Do you know 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence
During their lifetime.
And domestic violence and abuse can happen to anyone,
regardless of gender, race, or other factors?
2 out of 3 homicide cases are
Females who were killed by a family member or intimate partner.
As domestic violence victims, they face high rates of depression,
Sleep disturbances,
anxiety,
flashbacks and other emotional distresses.
And without help, witnesses of domestic violence are more vulnerable to become abusers themselves.
Thus continuing the cycle of violence in the next generation.
Hello, I'm Charles Aloma. Join the LDM network and Safe Horizon and take a step into changing these facts. So if you are or know someone that is being abused, please call the City Domestic Hotline at 1-800-621-4673. So that is 1-800-621-HOPE.
speak up,
Speak out.
And make a difference.
And just know that you don't have to deal with this alone. There is help.
Thank you for opening up. When she called me and told me what happened, I was in shock. Because I was like, wait a minute, wasn't this the girl that, we were talking to last time? And so I know it's hard to come up here and say, especially, oops, sorry. I was looking for a video I made that I want to speak about, especially when she was somewhere else and then come home to see this. That's very hard to acknowledge. Like, I can never imagine myself coming home and seeing that. So these are the life that we go through. We want to show you, so if you're watching this video, please share it with other people that you think have it or wants to understand it. So these are the main things. But there was a couple of things she said, triggers. You're going to hear that a lot from a person that has depression. The doctors always tell you, what was your trigger? They might not say it that way. They might say, so what you were doing before it happened. That means, what was your trigger? And as older you get, hopefully you reach my age, 26 times 2. The older you get, the triggers reach from your youth to, oh my God, I'm about to die. Those are the type of the triggers you fight for. Because the older you get, you're like, oh wait, I am getting out. And then I'm not that level where my grandmother's, but I listened to my grandmother when she was like, oh my God, I only got like 2 friends left. And I'm like, wow. That triggered me. I'm not even that age yet. And it triggered me. I'm like, oh wow, I'm going to lose all my friends? And so when that triggered, and I felt myself asking the questions of, as a Buddhist, we always say, you can't control something, don't worry about it. Only worry about what you can control. Well, as depression people, we worry about stuff that we really can't control. So when she said that, my mind was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my friends? I'm not going to see them again? And I caught myself. Oh my God, I'm falling into deep depression again for something that I can't even control. I'm not even there yet. And that's what helped. When I notice it, I go, okay, calm down. Calm down. I make myself a joke. I do a workout, or I say, oh, wait, I got to go to the studio tomorrow. Try something to break it off. Break that conversation with your brain. Because that conversation you're having to yourself, you're the only one, because no one's hearing it. So you're the only one that can break it. So I wrote some notes to make sure I say it, completely. But when she said, how can I notice? Like, I didn't even notice. Maybe the clues were there, maybe, but I didn't notice anything. And again, I have to piggyback off of her. When someone says, I feel like killing myself. From the 70s maybe, or maybe into the 90s, that stopped. Because people realize, whoa, they ain't playing. They are really going to probably do it. Don't take it as a joke. You know what? Sit down. Maybe we could talk about it. If someone comes to me and says, I'm going to kill myself, the first thing I do is I sit there and talk to them. We resolve the issue. I see that person's okay. They leave. It's not the end of it. I call them again. You got home all right? You good? All right. Tomorrow, call you again. Yo, I was in your area. My area, you live 3 towns down. Yeah, I was in the neighborhood. Because it never ends. Or of course you think it's okay. Oh yeah, I'm good. Thank you for talking to me. I'm feeling better. No. Been there, done that. I know that lie. So here is some of the stuff that you can do to support someone that has it. First, be open about depression. And what I mean by being open about depression, I'm depressed. Don't worry about it. You get over it. Right now, she was teary-eyed. Hey, don't worry about it. She's not even here no more. Go. Whoa, what you talking about? You know what I mean? So be wary about depression. How you speak to someone is a very trigger. You don't know. Like they said, she said, I'm about to kill myself. Yep, they took it as a joke. All right. If you're going to do it, just do it. Don't be saying it. Be about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard that many times. Because they thought it was a joke. Don't worry about her. She just wants attention. You ever heard that one? Bet y'all did. So keep in touch. Like I said, I call that person again. Keep in touch because you never know, you know. Then when you start seeing that they have a good group, then you can pull back. But until then, I think I text you like 3 times, right? The next day, yo, you all right? I know he was like, man, bro, I'm all right, man. The boy texted me. But I stopped when I noticed I seen him putting photos up about his mom. So I'm like, okay, now he's opening up. Now he's starting to get that point. See him taking a picture with his sister. Okay, cool. Now I can back off. Because now I know he's not fine, but he's there. Don't be critical. Like I said, don't be like, yeah, be about it. Just do it. Whatever. Don't do it. Don't do that. We don't want those words spoken to us. We don't like those words spoken to us at all. What else? Find a balance. How can I find a balance of comedy and depression? So what I do is someone speaks to me, I break it off with comedy. Not too much comedy, but enough to break the ice where I can get the person to relax. So if it's your best friend and you know they like music, oh, you're depressed? All right, let me play this music. Bam, play this song. Because now they are relaxed where you can actually speak to them. They're not that high level of depression, you know what I mean? But watch the song you play because that can be a trigger. Oh man, I remember I was with this girl that long, man. She left me. And then you're going to start with the depression again because she left you. So just watch out. Keep doing what you usually do together. I found out through the course of the year that when you say you have depression, they want to walk around you like they're walking on thin ice. I said I had depression. I don't have a disease. You're not going to catch it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm thinking I can fly and jump off roofs. No, I'm just telling you. But they walk around you like, oh, wait, don't say that, bro. Yo, you lost your girlfriend? Don't say that in front of him, bro. He has depression. Oh, man, I want to watch that movie Love Letter. Don't watch that. He has depression. Sure, I love my drama movie too. You know what I'm saying? I need to cry once in a while because we always believe as a Buddhist, if you don't cry, you don't feel. And if you don't feel, you're not alive. Remember that. So you have to feel sometimes to be alive. So just act normal around them. If they have depression, sit down, talk. Open it up with, so how do you really feel? Because people say they have depression, but they don't really know how they feel. Open it up with a conversation of, so how do you really feel? For anyone, that opens the door. To let them understand, because once they start thinking of how they really feel, they'll find out that depression is going down. Because now their brain is trying to develop something different from the depression. Get them to think about something, it helps a lot. And again, this has worked for me and worked for some of the people I spoke to. I'm not saying that you're going to go, Charles said this, it didn't work. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, just like the medicine doesn't work for everybody. That's why they bring it up, bring it down, they play around with it, because it's not a sure science. So take care of yourself as a person that's trying to reach out for someone that has depression, because it is mentally draining as you as the support person for that person that has depression. It's the same thing, and I learned that from taking care of my grandmother. When the nurse came and said, what have you done for yourself? I said, what do you mean? She said, every time I come, you're here. And if you're not here and I call you, you come running. So what have you done for yourself? I'm like, taking care of my grandmother. She took care of me. She was like, no. Because if you get sick, if you get drained, who's going to take care of her? So I took that same thing that she said into a person that's taking care of me with depression. So I said, oh, I never realized I had depression and I'm leaning on this person so much and they're getting drained as well. So if you're that support person for a person that has depression, take care of yourself. Go out, do things, you know what I mean? It's not healthy to be there all the time because now you got two unhealthy people. You know, you need a negative and positive. You need that balance. You can't have both of them on one side of the seesaw. So take care of yourself as well as you taking care of the person with depression. We have Jay Sam here who's going to be speaking about his thing. He has his sister here who's his backbone, his dancer, his friend, everything. Every time I see him, I see his family members. You know, just don't tell them to come to your house because they do it all wrong. They be barbecuing outside when you have an event, they in the hills barbecuing, and they only gave me one chicken. But I'm not mad about that. Cool family, and that's what you need, a group to be together. The last thing is, sometimes when a person with depression calls, just listen. Don't say one word, because sometimes they just need someone to say something to. I didn't really have that, so what I did was I recorded. I used to take my tape recorder. Yeah, I showed my age. Press the record button on my tape recorder with the little, for y'all people that don't know, there's a little cassette that you used to put in the thing and you used to close it. Anyway, Google it. And a lot of reporters back in the days used to use it. But I used to record my feelings of what I felt, what I did. And then I listened to it and I'm like, wow, I felt like that? Why did I say that? What? So if they calling, they just want. So these are the little things that I got from support, how you support someone.
As mighty armies clash in a struggle for total domination, the scales can be tipped by one man who has the courage to confront his fate and make a choice that will decide the fate of the world.
Guys put a lot of smoke in today. Wow. But anyway, we expecting a real superhero? I don't think so. The real life superheroes are the ones that are helping out in their community today. And the LDM show will be there to bring you the events and stories to life. Do you know a real superhero? Let us know. But for now, follow us on Instagram and Twitter and like us on Facebook. Also visit our websites for photos, videos, and updates. But until the meantime, hey, I gotta be out of here.
This is the things you do not say to someone that has depression. And I hear it a lot. All right? What is it? Cheer up. You'll be fine. First of all, I'm not England. There's no cheerio down this way. There's no cheer up. I can't. I wish I could. Turn off the light, you get faster results. You can't get faster results from me by turning me off and on. So cheer up is not going to work. Don't say it. But I get this a lot. But you don't seem sad. Why? Because you watch me on TV? But have you ever sat with me? Have you ever sat with me at home, you know, playing a video game, and all of a sudden I'm like, I can't even play this video game because I'm losing concentration. When we depress, you lose concentration. Sometimes you even forget where you put things. I do that a lot. I'm like, I know I just had it in my hand, like, because your brain doesn't allow you to keep going. So, and at the same time that I'm saying these are little clues. That if you see someone with it, you know they have depression. They're young, but they're forgetting. You're so young, how you going to forget? Clue one, maybe they got depression. Now, if you're old, then, you know, you're just getting a little senile and stuff. But if you're still young, and, you know, people with depression, maybe they agree with me, they forget sometimes. And it was just 2-3 seconds ago. So it happens. So don't tell me I don't seem sad because we have two faces. I just put up a couple months ago a video with me in the mirror. So what you see is different from what I'm showing you. We have two sides. So the man in the mirror is totally different from what you see. So don't tell me I don't look sad. That's a trigger that pisses a lot of the people off. And now they back off from you. And then they feel like, you see, I'm all alone. No one understands me. And that's what builds up to suicide. So you want to watch that. Any of these words build up to suicide. Other people have it worse than you. Don't worry about it. Look at the neighbor. She don't got no food. She got no her kids got taken away. We ain't worrying about them. I'm talking about me right now. Because as people with depression, when they speaking to you, some people might see him as self-centered. But it's not, because I don't understand what she's going through or what she went through. I understand what I'm going through, so don't tell me some people have it better off. Only do that when you're giving me food. Eat it all, because some people got it worse. Then I'll understand, oh yeah, that is true. I've seen people who don't got no food. You know? But don't say it about depression. These are some of the words I hear a lot when I've been walking, even in the bus. That I notice people have depression because I can see the sign, and then the next person next to them telling them something different. The other one is, you wouldn't be depressed if you just do some exercise or anything that blames you from experiencing this depression. You wouldn't have it. So go there and work out. Maybe you'd be built like Jay Sam, like that. Poof. Like stocky, you know what I mean? Go work out. Yeah, that don't work. That don't work. It gets me tired. I'll get sleepy. Maybe I will get built, but it won't work. Okay? And the next one is, you're just being selfish. You see everybody here and you want to be the center of attention. You're crying and you're not want to talk to nobody. Oh, look at him, just in the corner. Why you bring him to the party for? And these are the things I say, oh, now they don't even want me in the party. Now you don't see him in the party no more. These are little things that go towards suicide. So those are little things you want to watch for. So we're going to bring up another speaker.
She's so fake. She's such a slut. You can see the layers on her face. Look at her chicken legs. Oh my god. How short is that skirt? I can't believe she'd even put that on. Is that her dress? It's not even on her hardly. It's not even covering her up. It's actually disgusting. Oh my god. How can she do her hair like that? I don't even know how this girl has friends. I saw her talking to Holden the other day. Who does she think she is? I bet she slept with the whole football team. She's not even pretty. She's gained so much weight. She looks like a cow. Such a good idea. Watch this. You're good. Oh my god, that's so funny. You gotta post that. I got an idea. Pass this. Oh my god.
I'm going to bring to you, like I said, he's 4 times LDM Music Award winner. He is the record breaker for having 3 in a row in 1 year. He had ups and downs with relationships, with family, but one of the strongest guys I've seen, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Sam.
How are you guys doing tonight? As Charles introduced me, my name is Jay Sam, and I really just wanted to step outside from the mask we've been talking about today, and just speak to you guys as Jonathan Akins. Okay. I've been struggling with depression and anxiety for most of my life, I can say. And my sister here, she can attest how I was as as a teenager. Just to myself, hard on myself, locking myself away. And sorry, I'm nervous. But I just couldn't say no to being here in front of you all today and just speaking, from the heart. And I took the liberty of just writing down some things that I really wanted to speak about, because if I just do it off the mind, I'll be here longer than Charles. No offense, I'll play with you. So if you would just indulge me. Okay. I want to start off with a quote from Atticus Poetry. Depression is being colorblind and constantly told how colorful the world is. Depression is emptiness. Depression is tearing yourself to shreds emotionally, mentally. Depression is locking yourself away in your room because the world is just too much of a jarring task. So you just feel safer in the confines of your four walls. Depression has this way of convincing you that you are alone in your feelings. And I just want to say, guys, just look around, look left and right. This is a visual presentation that says otherwise. I came here today for a purpose. I came here today to learn. I came here today to listen, to express, and I came here today for you. For you. You all. Even though in those dark times you can't see the beautiful colors in the world, they are still there. I spent 3.5 years in therapy, dealing with things, my relationship, me, myself, most recent events, my mom leaving last year, and I just been in a spiral ever since. And honestly, guys, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have it all figured out, and I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of you all. Thank you for sharing your stories, and I will forever take that with me going forward. And what I know from therapy is just take everything a day at a time. Just take it a day at a time. Do not be so hard on yourself. Do not chip yourself away. You are here for a purpose. So again, I'm Jonathan Akins. Thank you so much for this time.
Come, let's play. LDM Radio. Come, let's play. Fun is what we crave.
Let's go. You're listening to New York City's LDM Radio. Another long stretch of continuous music. Back into time. Flashback. New York City's LDM Radio.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now.
That's something when you see a big man like that be soft, right? And thank you for for that as well. But we're coming to a close here. And what he said was take one day at a time. Exactly what you're supposed to do. Don't, and this comes from to anybody. Don't frustrate yourself or don't get too stressed out for something you cannot, control. I have this saying, and maybe y'all can use it: 2 tears in a bucket and say, I don't want to say the F word. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Every time you feel something like you can't control, 2 tears in a bucket and say, let it go. You can't control it. You can't do nothing. I see people stressing, oh my God, I didn't pay my bill and they're going to turn off the lights tomorrow. Oh, I got to run into, okay, if you didn't pay your bill and they're going to turn it off tomorrow, just go pay it. And if they still turn it off, they're going to turn it off. That was something that is going to happen anyway. You should have just gone and paid. Like, there's certain things that you can't. I find myself sometimes stressing it, even though I say 2 tears in a bucket and say F it. But don't. Take it one day at a time. Or so for some people, 1 hour at a time. Each hour is different. Each time is different. But one thing you always want to know, you have time.
As mighty armies clash in a struggle for total domination, the scales can be tipped by one man who has the courage to confront his fate and make a choice that will decide the fate of the world.
Guys put a lot of smoke in today. Wow. But anyway, we expecting a real superhero? I don't think so. The real life superheroes are the ones that are helping out in their community today. And the LDM show will be there to bring you the events and stories to life. Do you know a real superhero? Let us know. But for now, follow us on Instagram and Twitter and like us on Facebook. Also visit our websites for photos, videos, and updates. But until the meantime, hey, I gotta be out of here.
Do have depression or you do know someone, call the suicide hotline. 1-800-273-TALK is our suicide hotline. New York City, they do 611, right? I think it's 611. Call. Someone tells you they're depressed or they have mindset to commit suicide, call. Don't let that person out of your sight. Okay? Don't push. Pushing them is it's okay for now, but when they go home, it's a problem. So make sure you can constantly, I can't push it more. Get into a person's life that has it. Because that's the day that you're going to say, I wish I was there. Oh man, he didn't hardly say nothing in the party. He sat in the corner, but he used to make us laugh. You won't say that again because you wasn't there. That's all they need is someone to be there, you know. Jason came here to talk. Yeah, his friend Fabian came. His sister came. Support. You know, that's all you need. And support of the neighbors. She comes. She called me right away. I was like, I told her, okay, what's going on? Support. That's all. She even has a friend here. Oh, your niece, right? Niece. So, you know, support, all right? But before we perform, and Jake, I want Jay Sam to, because that was emotional. That was a lot out of him. He's going to perform for us. But if anybody wants to say anything, y'all can just rise up. If not, I'll set up Floor's open. No? You want to say something? All right, come on.
Hey everyone, my name is Alyssa. Some of you know me, some of you don't. Okay, I'll wait. Thank you. Damn it. Okay. Okay. I wanted to come up and basically say, obviously, all the speakers touched very dearly, because we're all human at the end of the day. We all have emotion. We all know what feelings feel like, especially pain and pleasure. And as someone who definitely had dark moments, I was never diagnosed with anything, but I am very self-aware in knowing when I had chemical imbalances in my brain, in my emotional states, and felt very dark moments in my life. And I do want to remind anybody that is dealing with depression and feels like there is no future for you. There is, if you want it. If you continue to look at something beyond yourself, look at something beyond what you see in front of you already, and just have hope that it's possible, that little change, like Charles said many times, changing the pattern really gives a new light to life. Even how he mentioned depression is darkness. Look for the light in things. Even the little things that make you happy can be the difference. And, don't avoid sitting with yourself. Sometimes we distract ourselves, and I know that's what kept it's okay. In those dark places a long time is I would try and do everything to avoid it. I would drink, I would smoke, I would go out clubbing, I would indulge in other people's problems to avoid my own. And then those times that I was alone, I would be freaking out and being hard on myself. So I needed to sit with myself. I needed to let those things go, because the longer I hold on to them, the longer they're there. So thank you guys. You guys really are making a difference just by sharing. And I look forward to seeing you perform. And make sure you get help if you need it. All right.
All right, thank you. That's Alyssa Luce. She's also a co-host of the LDM show. Check them out. She has her own podcast. So we're about to do a quick performance with both of you, right? Oh, J. Sam and Fabian. Award singer is going to come and do a quick performance for you guys. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this opens up a lot for the LDM network. We are also going to be having I got what they call it, self-group. A self-group of depression on Tuesdays. Doors open. We don't ask you your name. We feel like if you're speaking to a stranger, you'll open up more. Some people are scared to talk to their family, their friend. But if you don't know someone, because it happens to me, I don't know why. I'm in the train and people just want to talk to me. And my wife is like, why do they always want to talk to you? I said, I don't know. And always an old man. That's why I'm afraid to say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't really ask all that, though. But I listen. But we're going to have a nice performance here. And, of course, we're going to be off the air. But here, everybody still is going to be probably mingling. I need some more juice and donuts and stuff like that. But check out the LDM network. We are going to continue doing more stuff. We have podcasts and all that. Remember, people with depression are still, the first word I said, they are still people. Don't walk around them and always be around with them. All right, so we're going to have a performance now with J. Sam and Fabian.
So the song that I'm going to do, I think, is absolutely fitting. It's a song I made when my mom passed away. It's called Good Boy. take it back to what it was? It's all falling down. Falling down again, I'm never planned it. I swear I never planned it. Before I go on the tangent, when I got the rub, these wasn't the wishes I would've granted. I wake up and I realize where I'm standing. I'm standing. You know I got this feeling you were heaven sent. Been right after my 31, heaven is where you went. And I suppose you know I never get no closure. And until I'm feeling closer, I'll be down here getting hella bent. And for the hell of it, I let that wanderlust take me to where I better been. I know I'm better than the thoughts of ending it. And this eternity where I'll be spending, coasting in the oceans. You're the ocean, feel your waves. Whenever I'm feeling brave, I reach out and call your name. This is sick to me and this is something wicked. Wanna see you again, I'm not ready to punch my ticket. Yeah. I'm in a good boy. Now can we take it back to what it was? Listen to me. I'm in a good boy. Now can we take it back to what it was? It's all falling down. I'm falling down, I don't know where I'm at. My future's in your hands, tell me something good. I'm fumbling and tripping all again. This wasn't in the plans, tell me if I should right now. It's sending me back where I thought I'd never be. I don't wanna be here without you, without you, without you. I'm in a good boy. Now can we take it back to what it was? Listen to me. I'm in a good boy. Now can we take it back to what it was? It's all falling down. Thank you.
Yeah. Keep it clapping for J. Sam and Fabian. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching here on Roku TV and all the other platforms that we are on. Depression, suicide awareness, keep it going, keep it pushing. If you know someone with depression or suicide, help them. You helping them helps yourself and helps the world. Let's keep it going. I'm Charles Aloma, and this is the LDM Network. We'll see you next time.